By June, corn begins to show whether the early season has treated it well or held it back. Some plants may stand tall with wide green leaves, while others stay pale, uneven, curled, or shorter than the rest of the row. And before pollination begins, these signs are worth reading carefully. Corn does not become weak overnight. Often, the problem started quietly in the soil, with uneven moisture, shallow roots, poor nitrogen availability, hard compacted ground, too much crowding, or weeds competing when the plants were still young. For older gardeners, small farmers, and home growers, this is a stage where careful observation matters more than rushing into random fixes. In this backyard gardening video, we'll look at the top 5 common problems that can stop corn from growing strong in June before pollination starts. Each one will be explained in simple, practical language, with the real plant science behind it. What the leaves show, what the roots may be facing, and what you can still do to support healthier growth. The goal is not to blame the gardener or promise a perfect harvest. The goal is to understand what your corn is telling you before tassels, and silks become the next important stage. Number 1 mistake is uneven moisture before pollination. In June, one of the first problems to check in weak corn is uneven moisture around the root zone. Many gardeners water when the leaves look tired, but corn often needs steady moisture before the plant reaches tasseling and silking. At this stage, the plant is building height, leaf area, and the small ear shoots that will soon depend on good pollination. This mistake usually happens in 2 ways. Some rows get watered lightly on the surface, so the top inch looks damp while the deeper roots stay dry. Other rows receive heavy watering after several dry days, which can leave the soil swinging between stress and saturation. Corn prefers a more even rhythm, especially as the root system expands. The signs are often quiet at first. Leaves may roll slightly during warm afternoons. Lower leaves may lose their rich green color, and plants in one part of the row may stand shorter than the rest. In heavier soils, you may also notice crusting or hard cracks near the base of the plants. To correct this, check the soil a few inches deep rather than judging only by the surface. Water slowly enough that moisture reaches the root zone, and use mulch or clean crop residue where appropriate to reduce evaporation. The goal is not to keep the soil soaked, but to keep it consistently workable and slightly moist. Before pollination begins, this steady moisture can help the plant enter the next stage with less stress. Number 2 mistake is feeding corn too late or feeding it unevenly. Another common reason corn looks weak in June is that the plant is entering its heavy growth stage without enough available nitrogen. Many home growers feed the soil once at planting and assume the corn will carry itself from there. But corn is a strong feeder, especially as it begins stretching upward and preparing for tassels and silks. The mistake is not always too little fertilizer. Sometimes the timing is the real issue. If nitrogen was applied too early, heavy rain may have moved some of it away from the root zone. If it is applied too late, the plant may already be showing stress by the time it needs steady nutrition for leaf growth and ear development. One of the clearest signs is pale lower leaves. In many corn plants, nitrogen shortage first appears on older leaves because the plant moves available nitrogen toward newer growth. You may see yellowing that starts near the tip and follows the center of the leaf downward. The stalks may look thinner, and the whole row may seem slow compared with healthier patches nearby. For a backyard garden, correction should be careful rather than heavy-handed. A balanced side dressing along the row, placed a little away from the stalks and watered in well, can help support the root zone. Compost can improve soil over time, but fast-growing corn may still need a more available nitrogen source during this stage. The best approach is steady feeding, good moisture, and regular observation, because even when nutrients are present. Number 3 mistake is ignoring compacted soil around the roots. Sometimes corn looks weak in June even when it's been watered and fed. When that happens, the problem may not be above the ground at all. It may be in the soil around the roots. Compacted soil is common in garden paths, small farm rows, and beds that were worked while too wet. At first, the surface may look normal, but underneath, the soil particles can be pressed so tightly together that air, water, and roots have trouble moving through it. Corn roots need room to spread, especially before pollination. When the plant is trying to support rapid leaf growth and early ear development. One sign is uneven height in the row. Another is corn that wilts quickly during warm afternoons. Even when the soil was recently watered, You may also notice water standing on the surface, running off instead of soaking in, or hard clods that do not crumble easily in your hand. For a mature gardener, the best correction is patient and gentle. Do not dig deeply around established corn roots. Instead, keep foot traffic away from the row, loosen only the surface between plants if needed, and water slowly so moisture has time to enter. After the season, improve the bed with compost, cover crops, and less work in the wet soil. Healthy corn begins with roots that can breathe and explore. But even with good soil, number 4 mistake is letting weeds and crowding steal strength before pollination. By June, corn does not only compete with the weather, it also competes with anything growing too close to it. Weeds, volunteer plants, and even corn planted too tightly can quietly take away the water, sunlight, and nutrients a crop needs before pollination begins. This mistake is very common because young weeds look harmless at first. A few small grasses between the rows may not seem worth worrying about, but corn is building its root system, leaf canopy, and future ear size during this period. If weeds are allowed to grow beside it for too long, the corn may respond with thinner stalks, slower height, and lighter leaf color. Crowding causes a similar problem. When corn plants are too close together, their roots overlap heavily and the leaves begin shading each other. Instead of each plant having enough room to gather light and moisture, the whole row can become stressed. In a backyard garden, this often shows up as uneven stalk thickness, weak lower leaves, and smaller plants hidden under stronger ones. The correction is simple, but it should be done gently. Remove weeds while they are small, preferably when the soil is slightly moist. Avoid deep chopping near corn roots. Thin, crowded areas early if needed. And keep the row clean enough that air and sunlight can move through plants. Before pollination, corn benefits from less competition and steadier growth. Number 5 mistake is waiting too long to scout for pests and leaf damage. The 5th problem is often missed because it begins quietly. A corn plant may still look upright from a distance, but inside the whorl, insects may already be feeding on tender new leaves before tassels appear. Many gardeners only notice pests after the damage becomes obvious. By then, the leaves may show ragged edges, small holes, streaks, or folded areas where feeding has taken place. In some cases, aphids or small larvae hide deep in the rolled leaves, where a quick glance from the garden path will not show them. This matters in June because corn is preparing for pollination. The upper leaves, whorl, and developing tassel all help the plant move into the next stage. Light feeding may not ruin a crop, but if damage builds while the plant is already stressed from dry soil, weeds, or poor nutrition, growth can weaken further. The correction starts with calm, regular scouting. Walk slowly through the row once or twice a week. Look into the whorl. Check the underside of leaves, and compare weaker plants with stronger ones. Do not rush to spray without knowing what is present. Many small gardens also have helpful insects, so careful identification matters. If damage is increasing, contact a local extension office or trusted farming source for region-specific guidance. Good scouting is not about fear. It is about noticing small changes early, so your corn enters pollination with the best support you can reasonably provide.